Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. I believe that I am live. Let's see what happens. Let me know if you are here. Hi. How's everybody doing? I am sorry I am just a little bit late. I was having a little bit of tech issues with my webcam, but we're here. We're here now, and I'm very, very excited. So if you are watching live, say hi. And if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay, I am so super excited to be here. If you do not know who I am, I've been commenting a little bit in the group, but I'm Allison Nelson. I am a business strategist, and I'm one of the experts with Ucoachia. So I am so excited to be joining you. This is my first live as an expert with Ucoachia, and of course, Facebook is actually my preferred platform. So I go live a lot. Sorry, like messages coming up about all of my webcam stuff or whatever. Technology is not my friend. I'm not like huge with technology, but I absolutely love teaching and educating and supporting my clients. So I could not be happier to be here. We are talking about visibility today, which is so great. I think that, we become coaches, right? We get our certification. We know everything we need to. Maybe we've even coached a couple of people, right? Like maybe they're in our, in our hemisphere, like our private world, our friends and family, or maybe we've just kind of stumbled across a couple clients. And now we're like, all right, I want to make this more consistent. How do I let people know that I'm here, right? And I think it can be such a struggle, but it can also be really kind of exciting. And so before we even start today, I really just want you to take a second to embrace the newness. That's not really a word, but I'm just going to call it that. Just the excitement of the newness, right? I think so many times we approach starting a business, something that's a little bit scary, something we don't really know. We know what we coach, right? We know what we love to do. We know how we help people. We want to just help the people, right? What's going on with all this business stuff? And it can be scary. It can be really, there can be a lot of fears that come up. But did you know that fear and excitement actually are the same feeling? They are the exact same feeling. When we feel fear, when we feel excitement, it comes from the same place. The only difference is when our brain gets involved. So if we let our brain take over excitement, all of a sudden it becomes fear, right? Because we've got our ego telling us, oh no, you can't do that, or that's going to be really hard, or there's going to be a lot going on there, or like, how are you going to get that? Like, you're not that good. How are you going to just get clients? You're not that good, right? Our brain will take excitement, this such fun excitement, childlike, freedom of, yes, here we are, we're going to start our business, and turn into fear so quick, like that, like real quick. I'm not a very good snapper, right? I don't get it all the time. So I really want to make sure that we start today's training with just this idea that starting a business gets to be exciting, and just leaning into that a little bit more, right? Leaning into that excitement and sort of saying, yep, I feel you with the fear thing. I know that's kind of going on, but I'm really excited too. Like, there's still a lot to be excited about, right? In the beginning. Okay. So why are we even talking about getting visible? Like, what even is this? So the thing is, you can have the best offer, right? You can have the best offer. You can give the best transformation. You can give it like no one else gives it, right? You are probably so unique, and you know exactly who you are and why you give this transformation and why it's important, right? Why it's valuable, what people will be able to do. You can't wait to make all this impact. But if nobody knows, it's like, did the tree fall in the forest kind of thing, right? Like, so let's just take a step back and really like kind of zoom out a little bit and understand why visibility is so important, right? We want to work smarter. We do not want to work harder. I think especially lately, in the online world, it can feel like you have to be on every marketing channel, and it can feel like you have to do all the things. And really, you can have a full-time job just marketing your business, right? Marketing could be 100% of what you do. And good thing that you're here in Ucoachia, because not just me, the other experts are going to show you that's just not true, right? That's just not true. So the real zoomed out version of this is we want to work smarter, not harder. And in order to do that, we have to be able to gain visibility so that we are attracting people, and we almost are doing it in kind of an automatic way, right? So I'm going to break this down. I am a very action-oriented business coach and strategist. I say strategist because I love strategy and I love action. So I like to give you a little mindset to get you going, but I love giving you action. So you are going to walk away from this training with some specific things that you can do today, tomorrow, the next day that will make a difference when it comes to how to make sure that your people know, the people that are great for your offer, that are great for your transformation, how they know that you're there and that this thing is available, right? And that there is someone out there that understands where they are and what they're going through and what the next step can be so that they can move to the transformation that they want, right? Okay, first step, we are going to pick one social media platform and optimize it with your information, okay? You can always change your mind later. Like if you pick Facebook, but you know you want Instagram or the opposite, right? You can always change your mind. You can always add one later, right? We can always add. But for now, picking one platform is actually gives you more abundance. Like I know I'm saying, oh, you know, like narrow down, right? But actually when we narrow down, we find the abundance in all of the things that we can do with that platform. Because now you can explore everything that platform can do for you, right? So when you're considering, okay, what platform do I pick, right? Like there are so many amazing ones. I think my ideal client is on all of these. Spoiler alert, your ideal client is on all of them. Okay, it's just a matter of where they're really looking for support. So things to consider, okay? Number one, where your target market is, of course, and not necessarily where they are, but where they're looking for information. Like, so for what I mean by that is, for example, everyone has a Facebook profile. Everyone has one, right? Everyone has one because it's more, it became this thing where like when I was, when Facebook started, I was in college. So we got Facebook and most people don't just like delete their Facebook. They might not use it as often, but they have one, right? So that's the example here of like trying to pick your target market. Figure out where they're looking for solutions to their problems, right? Where they're more open-minded to find somebody like you versus like just where they are in general, right? I have a LinkedIn profile, but I'm never on LinkedIn. So somebody shouldn't really come try to find me on LinkedIn, but I do have a profile on there and I keep it current so that my collaborators and things like that, they can look at it and see where I'm at, right? Okay, so that's number one, where your target market is. Number two, how you like to show up. Okay, so do you like videos and dancing around in front of your phone? Then Instagram is for you because reels are kind of the top priority, right? Do you like going live? Facebook might be for you. If you like smaller, more intimate spaces, that might be Facebook, right? So like, just kind of think of like, how do you like to show up? Do you like to write your content? Do you like to speak your content? What feels good to you? And that might take some trial and error, and that's okay. And the third one, most important thing that we really don't talk about is the cost, okay? So let me just break this down for you. Facebook, well, social media in general, there's this sense of when things change and the algorithm changes and the people who own these social media platforms change things so that we can better monetize, or you know, but it kind of feels like, oh my god, now we have to do this. Now it's not 30 hashtags, it's this many hashtags, or now it's reels and it used to be stories, right? Now it was carousel posts on Instagram and now it's something else, right? Like it's always changing. But what we have to understand is like we get these social media platforms for free. We can make money off of them with no cost, right? But with no cost, financial cost. But the idea is there is a cost, right? Everything you do, there is a cost. So like, what's the cost of you creating a 15-second reel? Is it 2 hours of your time? What's the cost of doing a live on Facebook? Is it a half hour of your time? Is it 3 hours of your time when it comes to marketing it and all of that? You have to understand and be, you know, sort of meet the cost where it is, okay? So that has to be a consideration. Are you willing to have that be a cost, right? Are you willing to pay what it takes to be on those platforms and to be consistent on them, okay? So those are some of the things that I really want you to consider when it comes to picking a social media platform. Once you've picked one, it is really, really important to optimize it. And the reason is there are so many lurkers on social media, right? A lot of my clients have come to me and I have had no idea that they were interested in working with me or that they were at the point where they were ready or whatever. And that's because we know how to lurk, right? A lot of us lurk, a lot of us click around, see what people are doing. That's what your people are doing, right? So you make a comment in a Facebook group, trying to network with people, trying to market your services, someone's going to click on your profile, on your name, and go to your profile and see what you're about. We want to make sure that that next step is there for them. It's your website. It's like, your title as a coach, where you want them to go next, whether it's your website or a discovery call or your Facebook group or something else, right? So we want to make sure that that profile is optimized. Same thing with your Instagram bio. Wherever you decide to go, that Instagram bio needs to be SEO'd, needs to have searchability. You need to use words that your ideal client is looking for, things like that. And we're going to get into all of that. There is a social media expert in Ucoachia, so perfect for you if you're kind of a little like, I don't know what to do. For now, as a first step, pick a social media platform and optimize with like your website or just what you do, so that people are like, okay, it's consistent, right? I know what the next step is. All right. So second thing we're going to do to get visible is we're going to create a freebie or a lead magnet or an opt-in. They're all the same thing. We've heard so many different terms, but they're all the same thing. And it's going to solve one problem that your ideal client faces. A lot of times when people make freebies and lead magnets and try to get people onto their email list, or try to grow their audience, they're trying to make either a really dumbed down version of their offer, or they're trying to just like throw all the stuff. And so it's like kind of bigger and like it's a big bundle, or it's a 50-page ebook. We don't need to do that, right? Our people want a bite-sized way to have the next step so that they can start to understand that their problem can be solved. You can be that person. Instead of being the person that overwhelms them with paper, or instead of being the person that overwhelms them with trainings or just gives them a dumbed down version of your offer, which doesn't really have you stand out as the expert in that case, give them something that is small, bite-sized, that they're going to say, great, I feel so much better about this now. I know exactly what I need to do for the next step, right? So it can look like anything. And we can do an entire whole training. I actually think I am doing a class inside Ucoachia around lead magnets and freebies, because really, I mean, it can run the gamut, okay? So it's actually one of my favorite things to do, because it really provides that deposit into the client, gives them that value. Hey, you're here and I really want to help you. Here's something, right, that I know will really help you. It gives them that deposit before a withdrawal. And that is really the crux of relationship marketing. It's that giving value before you're even asking for something. And it's not that you shouldn't ask. It's not that you shouldn't sell. You could sell every day for all I care, right? You should. It's not that you shouldn't be selling. It's that you are giving people some value before you even sell, before you even consider working with me. Try this. I think you'll love it. I think it'll really work for you. I'm so excited, right? And you want to be in their world and letting them know, hey, I've got value for you here, right? Positioning yourself as the expert again. So start somewhere, right? Create this freebie, start somewhere again, and talk about it, okay? So number one, on your platform, your preferred platform, let's actively share that. Put it in your profile as your next step. That's a good way to optimize your profile too. If you don't have a website or you're not totally sure you want to do that, you can optimize your platforms with this freebie, right? Helping people with this specific thing inside of whatever platform you're in. So if it's in a Facebook group or if it's on Instagram, you're looking for someone who's looking for you, who's got a question or a struggle, help them with this. Let this be the answer, right? Let this be the answer. Another way to promote this is to look for collaborators. Look for coaches who are parallel to you. So what is your ideal client also looking for to help them with their struggle? So for example, I work with a lot of moms, right? Moms are looking for a bunch of things. They're, depending on the time of year, they're looking for home organizers, right? They're looking for ways to make their kids lunches. They're looking for, just parenting in general, right? Just parenting advice in general. So parenting coaches are a great person for me to collaborate with as a parallel coach, because I know that my ideal client is also looking for parenting support, right? And they're looking for support in their business, right? Any podcast hosts that are also parallel, any guest blogging opportunities, maybe some guest speaker opportunities, things like that. And then the third thing, you're also going to want to put it on your website with some SEO so that it's searchable through Google and anywhere else that your people search, right? And that way people can sign up right away. So the result here is that you're building an audience, and or an email list, however you decide to get them to sign up for this, coming in each day, coming in each week. That is the secret to becoming visible online, is to make sure that you are building your audience and you are lead generating pretty much automatically every single day, so that there's always a new face to get in front of. Okay, I'm just gonna check for comments. Let me just make sure here. No comments. Okay. Oh, hi Harley. I'm just seeing your comment now. The way that my thing is set up is really weird, and this like message keeps coming up, which is strange. Any questions, let me know as I'm going through this. I know I talk fast. I'm a New Yorker, and that's just kind of the way it is. So very happy to slow down if anybody needs a question answered, or if you need something clarified, okay? Okay, so first the first thing we're going to do is pick one social media platform, stick to it, optimize it, right? The second thing is we're going to think about what can we give people? What's a deposit that people can have right away so that they know, great, she's an expert, she knows what she's talking about, and she's giving me all this free information so that I can take this bite-sized step and move. If let's say I'm on a spectrum of 1 to 10, and 10 means I've hit it, I've solved the problem, and 1 is I'm nowhere, right? So let's say they're at a 1, you want your freebie to get them to like a 2 or even a 3, right? Because then they're feeling like, oh, okay, I'm moving along, right? I can see the light. And this person, you, have helped me see the light, right? So we're doing that. And then the third thing, consistency, right? We have to work out a plan to do this all the time. So many times I'll have a client that says, I didn't get anyone joining my group this week, or they didn't sign up for my emails this week, or they didn't get my freebie this week. And I always ask, well, how often have you been talking about it, right? How often have you been promoting it? And usually they have to look back and say, oh, yeah, I guess I only mentioned it once, or like here and there, or maybe I don't even think I talked about it all month, or whatever, but that happens, right? Because #life, that happens. So carving out some time where you're going to be talking about your freebie or pieces of your freebie, right? So like, for example, if let's say you've got a 5-day free video challenge, right? And you are trying to teach someone, you're a health coach, okay? And you've got a video series and it's 5 days. So every day in their email, they get a new video. Okay, so maybe a social media post could look like, on day 3 of my free video series, we talk about the 3 best ways to gain muscle. Let's talk about, let's talk about my favorite tip today, right? So maybe you're giving a tip, like your 1 out of your 3 that's in your day 3 video. I know it sounds a little, I use numbers, and that's how you get people to be like, oh, well, I want the other 2 tips. Like, let me see this video, and let me see all the other videos too, by the way. Let me sign up, right? That could be a live video, that could be a post, that could be anything on Instagram, whether it's stories, or just like a written post, or like a visual graphic post, right? It could be, you could change that into so many different pieces of content. So constantly bringing people back to it, right? Selling without selling, and really carving out this, basically a calendar of how you're going to do that on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis, so that you can continue to nurture these people. And like I said before, you're getting a fresh face every day, right? How amazing is it to be able to just get fresh faces to get visible to every single day, and you know that they're the people that want this particular thing, right? They want this particular offer, they want this particular journey for themselves, or transformation, and you're starting at ground zero with them, which is so great because you're depositing into them. So always giving value, always making these deposits before we even get to the sales conversation. And like I said before, the sales conversation should absolutely happen, because for everyone, they're on different timelines, right? Some people sign up immediately, some people take a year, some people take 2 years, right? And so that way you're positioning yourself to be visible to them on a consistent basis, not constant, but consistent, in that they don't forget about you when they're ready, right? And your content is moving them closer and closer to being ready to work with you. So I wanted this training to be a little bit more about what happens before, right? But obviously they don't have to be mutually exclusive. You can sell and also grow your audience at the same time. I hope that you know that. So the biggest thing here that I really want you to take away from this is that getting visible has got to feel fun a little bit in order for you to continue to do it, right? We don't ever want to leave our comfort zone and then come back. We'll just come right back, right? We want to stretch the walls of our comfort zone. Who's going to leave their comfort zone every single day? No one's going to do that. But we're going to stretch the walls of our comfort zone. And the way that we do that is by leaning into what feels fun. You may not find it right away. And something might feel fun for a little while, and then it might get old. And so we're going to have to, change it. But that's why you're here, right? That's why you're here. That's why you're with Ucoachia, because we are going to, support you and be able to help you do that from all angles. So I really want to say thank you for coming to this training, and I want to hear what your biggest takeaway was and what is the first thing you're doing this week to get more visible to your clients. So thank you so much. I will be back one more time this week. Can't remember what the subject is, but we've got some amazing other experts here talking about some amazing topics that are going to move your coaching business forward. So thank you so much for coming, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.